Good morning, Patriots. This is John Dady, your host with Patriots Unite. I'm going to go over a few things once again. As far as 2020 election results are concerned, I'm looking at Census Bureau data right here. Y'all can look it up. Where it states there was a registered population of 168,300,000 voters. That's registered, legally eligible to vote. Yet, when you count all the votes up as 157 million, some people say 158 million out of 168. So you're saying 95% of the registered voters voted? No, they didn't. Now, our citizen voting age population, that means people who are citizens, 18 or older, we'll round it up to 232 million people. That's how they get the 154 million votes. They took the 66.7% to get the 154 million votes to show that Biden won. Because your voting age doesn't mean you're registered. There's a difference to being eligible to register and registering. Only registered voters can be counted as, voters. That's not what they do here. So according to the Census Bureau's own numbers, there would have had to been 92% voter turnout to equal the number of votes cast. You think that's realistic? No. So the numbers are right here. Another thing, let me get this here. There is a date set by the federal government in like 1845 as 2 U.S. Code, 2 U.S.C., Section 7, time of election. That law stated when federal elections are to be held. The states can determine how they're going to hold their elections. But the federal government has a right via the Constitution to set a date when they're to be held. They did this in 1845. That date is the first Tuesday after the first Monday of November. Election Day. President Trump doesn't know about this. 3 weeks ago, when he was talking to a crowd, he said when he gets back in the White House, he's going to get a law passed where Election Day is on one day. Well, we already have that law. That law was violated in 2020 and in 2022. One-day voting, people, does not mean you can vote weeks in advance in person or by mail-in. That isn't one day. Those are weeks. Those states that hold their elections in that manner are holding their elections in violation of federal law. It's just really that simple. States don't get to decide when they hold the elections, COVID or not, because that law was not suspended or amended to allow early month-long voting period because of COVID. That didn't happen. So this original law is still in place today. Election day, people, not election month. So this is things that President Trump doesn't know. He doesn't know the information I just provided here. He does not know about the Census Bureau data. He admitted that by what he said on Truth Social a couple weeks ago and replied to something similar that I've been posting for a year and a half, except for that poster mentioned the Dominion machines. You don't have to mention the Dominion machines to prove the case. Okay, there were 139 million votes cast, about 113 million votes, 39 million for Biden and 74 million for Trump. So, y'all do with this what you want. Probably absolutely nothing. But our laws are being violated in holding our federal elections. Our numbers are being manipulated with the Census Bureau data. The Democrats, the media, is using the 18 or over citizen population, whether they're registered or not, which is 232 million. That was the only way they could justify 154 million plus votes, was to use that number instead of the actual registered voters numbers, which is 65 million fewer people. The truth is always out there. You all just have to look for it. Trump campaign doesn't know either one of these things. Don't know why. But President Trump has confirmed he doesn't know these things by recent statements. So anybody who knows a man or knows somebody who knows a man, share this video. They're going to do the same thing in 2024. They're going to hold federal elections in violation of federal law. Mail-in ballots basically try to prove the chain of custody. You can't. When they had ballots coming in that weren't even folded, well, you know those are fraud ballots because you got to fold your ballot, put it in an envelope that is clearly marked what it's for. God only knows how many millions of those were counted. They were illegal votes to begin with because they were never mailed. They could not have been mailed and still be a pristine one-page sheet, not folded over in half or by third, however they had to fold it. Those votes were counted. Drop boxes do not have 24/7 human presence to verify that nobody has been to those boxes and tampered with the contents. Some people say, well, you need cameras. Well, most of them didn't have cameras either. And plus, conveniently, Democrats, they have cameras shut off. So there's no chain of custody. So you can't prove that those are legal ballots or not. So you can't count them. Yet the Democrats count them, and we kind of, well, that's what we can do about it. So President Trump and your team, you all got some learning to do here on these two very, very key things. Don't know why you don't know it. Don't care why you don't know it, but you don't. So this is what this video is about right now today, is these two very important issues. Our election for 2024 will be here before you know it. They will cheat again. States will hold elections in violation of federal law. If I was running this dog and pony show that we are right now, because let's face it, that's what we are, I would keep the same day voting law and get legislation to amend it to include this. All voting where federal elections are concerned must be done on paper ballots and counted by hand. But I guess you'd have to know the first law to think about the second one. They don't. So let's share this a lot everywhere. Maybe it'll get to the right hands who can get it to the right people so that they can then know what I know. Have a good rest of the day, folks.